Our role in Europe and the friendships and the alliances that we have built over the years were vital in helping us to successfully exit the bailout programme last year. And while we have many friends across Europe in the Socialist, Social Democratic and Labour family, we have a particularly strong relationship with our sister party across the Irish Sea, the British Labour Party. I'm particularly happy, therefore, to welcome this evening the General Secretary of the British Labour Party, Mr. Ian McNicol, who's fresh from a by-election success in the Manchester area. And he's going to talk to us about their experiences in the UK. We share a lot of common interests, particularly fighting poverty and getting people back to work and making the most of our resources. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you. It's a huge honour and privilege to be here representing my party, the British Labour Party, at conference of your party, the Irish Labour Party. And I want to thank McNicol for the kind invitation. I carry with me fraternal greetings from our party leader, Ed Miliband, and colleagues from throughout the Labour Party and the trade union movement to all of you here this evening. Relations between both our parties are the best they have ever been. Throughout and across both parties, there is important work taking place between politicians, staff and officials on policy development, community organising, enabling us to learn from each other and share experiences and expertise with one another. The forum set up to promote cooperation between both the British and the Irish Labour parties and the SDLP is a historic step forward and a valuable tool for developing and deepening links. We are committed to making it work, and I know you are too. We're delighted to mark the centenary of your party at our conference in 2012 with a presentation to your delegation. The ties between Britain and Ireland are bonds of people, places, and history. Indeed, many in the Labour Party can trace their roots back to their heritage, and they're still proud of it today. As Joan said, 2 days ago, we had a by-election in Wythenshawe and Sale. Mike Kane was our candidate. And after the campaigning workshop I did earlier, one of your delegates came up to tell me about Mike. His dad, and excuse the pronunciation, was from Elphin in County Roscommon. His mum was from Ballinamore in County Leitrim. Mike is our newest MP. He's an organiser, a community activist and campaigner. We are proud of him, and I know you can be too. That shared history reaches across so many in the British Labour Party. We stand with you now as friends and neighbours, and the special link between our countries has deepened and widened and developed as we both strive for a fairer, more equal and more just society where opportunity is available for all, regardless of background, gender, ethnicity or sexuality. What happened in Northern Ireland is an example of just that. We in the Labour Party will speak up for peace and progress. As a party who in government helped with others to bring about the Good Friday Agreement and all that flowed from it. And we will stand up for fairness in tough times, facing the same maelstrom of global challenges such as a financial meltdown, to bring together a better, more progressive world. These are difficult times for politicians and political parties, whether in government or in opposition. Our politicians and parties at local, national, and European levels all face that challenge of building the trust to deliver real change in people's lives. The local and European elections in our two countries are important, and their outcome will have real impact on people's lives. To deliver that message, we need strong parties rooted in their communities. We know that to achieve change, our countries need, our movement must modernise, not for the sake of it, but to show progress and to show change. Ed Miliband is leading the British Labour Party along that courageous path of reform, which will bring tens of thousands of organised workers into direct contact with the party for the first time. I'm in no doubt that this will transform our campaigning capacity, ensure that our local parties are rooted in their communities, and give us the grassroots strength to prosper in the new 21st century. All around us, we see the mighty mass parties of the 20th century in decline. In 2010, in Britain, only 1 in 10 voters was a member of any of the main political parties. Yet Ed Miliband's reforms will allow us to buck that trend. Thousands of new supporters will have the right to elect the next leader of the Labour Party. Whoever leads us in the future will have the support of tens of thousands, hopefully hundreds of thousands of working people from across businesses, trade unions, professions and industries of the whole of the United Kingdom. So our parties need to embrace reform to prevent decline and to re-energise. And I've seen that here today in the workshops. When my party won the landslide election victory in 1997, it was a different age. An age before iPhones, before Facebook, before Twitter, when it was only birds that tweeted. We can no longer rely on those centrally broadcast messages. We must develop our campaigns based on relationships with people and their communities. In the campaign session earlier with Brian McNicol, there was a video that your head office team had produced. Eamon had a central role in it, and I would encourage all of you to watch it. Eamon made just that point. We will win. You will win by connecting with people, not preaching at them. Politics can no longer be about, this is what we're going to do to you. This is what we're going to do for you. Politics must be about, this is what we're going to do with you. A politics based on reciprocity, on relationships, not transactions. Imagine if all the millions of conversations that we are having and you are having as well on the doorstep were about more than just how someone's going to vote in the next election. If the Labour movement can engage properly with people's hopes and listen to their fears, if we treated Labour and union activists as more than just a network of unpaid leaflet distributors, this is a community organising that's taking place across the Labour Party. It won't be easy for us to win the next election, but we've learned those lessons from 2010. Most importantly, we've done the work on the ground We have our parliamentary candidates selected in those battleground seats, the organisers and the communications to support them. So I finish by offering you my best wishes for the campaigns at the local and the European elections, and by thanking you again for your friendship, your comradeship, and for what you, the Irish Labour Party, have done and are doing for your country. You in the hall tonight and the members across the country, led by Eamon Gilmore, are an example and an inspiration to us in the Labour Party in Britain. Together, we can build a fairer future. That is our common goal. And thank you again for this special privilege and honour.